Game Beard.
Hi, this is the video to create lift claws for your loaders for Junk Runners Skirmish. This is a mule with its lift claws kind of stowed into position. I'll just show you some others I have. This is the regular lift claws extended for a crab, and you can kind of see they're they're ready to pick up cargo. And then finally, I'm just going to show you here, you can build your lift claws into attack position if you like. I'm not really going to show you how to do this, but you can basically look at this picture and see how the parts are like the forklift, loader parts are like together and the blades are extended. And so you can see what it looks like, and it's generally in the middle, and that's just another way to build it for fun. Like I usually build a few of these, and it's nice to have an attack version. But here's the regular. So regular is, here you can see it. Regular is like that. You can see that the blades are bent out of position, ready to out of the way to pick up cargo, and then this one is like they're folded forward to attack. Okay, that's it. First, you want to print out your page, right, of parts. You can print this out from my website, Gamebeard. You'll print this on cardstock, and then of course you want to cut out all your parts. When you cut out your parts, here's what I recommend. You obviously want to cut out all these parts, and so that they are clean, right? Cut these out, like cut them out completely. But for the loader arm itself, you can leave some of the white. In fact, I might even leave a little more of the white. I would cut along the edge. I would cut, right here at that tip. And so that way you can fold it over and glue it. You can fold it here. And then you can trim this away at the same time. That's what I recommend, but you can cut this whole white part out, fit it together, glue it, whatever you like. But here are the parts. You want to cut them all out. I've already cut out all my parts. And so let's start with some easy things to glue together. Let's see. What do we have? Well, here are kind of like the I don't know what you would call these things. They're like the grabby parts of the arm. So I have these parts. Let's see. Put those there. Let's see. I also want to glue the knife. Here's the knife part. Okay, we got that. And then, and the foot. Here's the foot. It looks like a block. So we'll cut that soon. That is used to create, there's like this support. It's like an extra support for lifters, right? And it kind of builds into this, post. So we have a post, and we have these little like supports. And so that helps your, crab and mule stay upright. Okay, well, the easiest thing to do is we just want to cut these things. I cut these out, I could use an X-Acto blade to cut this, but I believe if I use a good scissors, then I can just cut this carefully. So I'm going to cut that carefully. Got it. Okay, so I cut it in half. I'm going to cut this one in half. Now, originally, I had intended to like simply fold these parts over and glue them. The problem with that is it creates this big stress mark here. There's like a stress mark, like a big white stress mark. It's not the end of the world, but I found it's easier just to cut them apart and then just glue them together, and that's what I'm going to do right now. So I'm going to add a little bit of glue. I got it on me. Alright, let's see, I'm going to do this. So this is the smaller, I don't know what I'm going to call this thing, a grip? I should have looked up forklift terminology. Whatever. There. Now, let's see. So I want it to like, you know, match as best I can. Press down. Look on both sides. Yeah, it's pretty good. I can always trim any excess white. Okay. All right. I'm going to put that to the side. I got the longer grip, I guess I'm going to call this thing. Okay. I use the glue, and then I kind of use the orange tip to kind of spread it around. Got it. I'm going to glue this together. Okay. Oh. I recommend that when you make lift claws are the most time consuming. They're more time consuming than you know, the guns and stuff. But, you know, you only have to make them once and they look great. They kind of move around, you know, they're fun. So, I don't know, you need them too. Okay, but I would make like 3 or 4 of these at a time, right? It takes forever, but it's faster to do these in a batch, right? Like I could do like all of these and then put them to the side, and I could do all of these and put them in the side. Okay, so here's like kind of that wheel support. Basically, I just need to cut right down the middle. There's like a big thick line there. All right, let's see, can you see it? Sure you can. Okay, it's right here. Just cut that in half. All right, let's see. Put some glue on. That was loud. I want to make sure I get these in the right spot. It's hard to see. Oh gosh. Let's see. Believe it or not, there's a tiny wheel right here. So, and that's just meant, it's mainly a support, but it could roll. Tiny little wheel right there. So let's see, when I glue this, look, I got a lot of white here. Well, I'm just gonna trim it off. Okay, and then usually what I do is, let's see if you can see this. I trim like a little edge off here, because that is supposed to be a wheel there. I'm not gonna like round it, forget that. And then I'm gonna cut off this triangle. This white triangle, really? This white triangle is not on the other side, but that's okay. I mean, if the white triangle is here, so I know to trim it, and it just trims on both, right? So I trim that off. So that looks nice. Okay, that's the part. I got the wheel there. You know, okay. Let's see, I have a little extra white there. Just gonna trim it off. There. Little white over here. So yeah, so you'll find yourself doing stuff like this. You just trim it. There. That's pretty good. That's looking in good shape. Okay, so I'm just gonna put that. You saw it. I'm gonna put it over here. These guys also have a triangle right here. So I'll trim that off, and if there's any white, I'll trim it off here. But these have, you know, you can just cut that part off. Okay, I'm looking for white. I got a little bit of white here. I could use an X-Acto blade, but I don't know, you know, just gonna trim it. Sometimes it's difficult to, I mean, you could do whatever you want. I mean, sometimes it's easier just to use a good scissors and just trim it, just simply and easily. You got like a million of these things to make, right? Okay, I gotta trim this triangle right here, right there. Okay, oh, I got a little bit of white here. I'm gonna trim it. Trim this. Okay, a little here. Okay, got it. So don't worry about like changing like the size slightly. I mean, it's all good. You just want it to look good. You know, I could always paint it green too there, but it's easier to trim it. Okay, that looks good. That part's good. So let's see, I have my parts here. I guess you can kind of see them. Finally got the knife. Same thing, I'm going to cut straight down the middle. You can see that there's going to be some white parts I got to trim away later. That's fine. So I'm going to trim it right on that line. Got it. I'm going to add some glue. Okay. Going to position it. Trying to minimize that white to try to find the sweet spot. Let's see. Yeah, not bad. I'm going to press it down. Oh, I got a little there. It's okay. I'm using my little fancy scissors, my little Tamiya scissors, or just little hobby scissors you might have. I got to cut off that white triangle. Is that focus? It might have been blurry, but you saw it. Okay, I got to trim off. I got to trim that part off. Dude. There. I also have to trim off that little triangle. So I will. I could use an X-Acto blade to trim that, but to be honest, if you have good hobby scissors, just going to trim it just like this. Trim it right to the point. Trim it right to the point. And you're like, oh, Dave, but it kind of kinks that little end part. And not really. Not if you have good scissors. Okay, there's a little bit of white here. It's gone. Okay, not bad. Okay, so, there's a little white here. Ooh, okay, I got it. A little white on the blade. Okay, so let me show you the part. So there it is. You'll make 2 of these. I only made, oh yeah, I kind of failed to mention that. You're going to make 2 of each of these parts. So you're going to make, you'll make 2 of all of these. I already made them on the other one, so you'll make 2 of every part. So okay, you got them. Let's see, are there any other parts I need to make? I take that back. You'll make 2 of each of these. You'll actually have 4 of these because there's 2 on each claw. Okay. What else do I need to make? I think that's it. Let's go to the more difficult parts. Well, before I do that, here I got this piece. This is like a, it's like a T. Dude, focus. It's supposed to have good focus. There. I just cut it right down the middle. It's like a little hook that holds your lift claws in place, like when your loader's not using them. Let's see, I'm going to trim this in half. I pre-cut all these parts out, right? Okay, so I'm going to add some glue. There's only, there's a fold right here. So let's see, I'm going to fold that first on both parts. I'm going to fold that. I'll show you. I'm just going to fold them. That's like the hinge. It's right there. Folded it. All right. Now I'm gonna glue it. Add a little glue. Spread it around. Okay. Try to fit it as best I can. Got a little white on that side. Let's see. Oop. Check the other side. Not bad. Okay. Oh. It slid on the glue. Okay. I'm going with it. Okay. Let's see. So that part is like that. So that's where I'm going to glue it on. I have a little bit of white here. I'm going to trim off. Okay. Now, and there's a little here I could trim. But there's a little triangle right here I'm going to trim off. I'm going to trim it. There. It just makes the shape a little more interesting. There. So I just trimmed it right there. Okay. I could technically clean that up a little, but it's all right. I'll just put that side down. Okay, so we only have one of these. That's the hook. Okay, now it's time to go on to the more interesting parts. Let's do the arm itself. So I already made one arm just for the sake of the video. And when I did this one, let's see here. I actually cut the whole arm out on both of them, and then I glued them together. But I remember in the past, I would do it kind of like this with all my other ones. So let's try it this way. It should work. So like I said earlier, I mean, technically you could trim all this white away, right? But I want to try folding it right on this crease. Okay, let's try. Okay. Okay, I'm using the edge of my table. Trying to match that. I think I got it. Ooh, doesn't. Well, when I glue it, I'm gonna have to be, you know, extra careful to match it. But let's try. Let's see. Oh, I always add a little in the middle. Spread it around. Almost too much. Okay. Fold it over. I want to try to match this edge, right, as best I can. Looks like it's all right. Let's check this side. Yeah, that's looking pretty good. And then I had a little like notch here. So yeah, I'm trying to match that. Okay, looks not bad, not bad. Okay, and then I'm going to press, and I'm going to use my other ruler and just press down. Oh, I just moved the camera? That was exciting. Oh yeah, the camera's, it's like a, you know, it's like live video. It's like I'm out in the war zone with a shaky cam, or in the forest. The visceral action of the shaky cam. Okay, so that feels pretty good. Maybe I'll let that dry for, let's see. Let me let that dry first. Yeah, I'm gonna let that dry for a second. While we're letting that dry, I'm gonna move on to another part. Okay, so I got this thing. This is the post. That's the post. That's gonna fold up into a little box wedge shape. Let's see, can you see it? Not really. It's gonna be this shape. Does that focus? It's hard to tell. My preview's tiny. Well, here's the piece. So let's see. So I need to fold on all of these lines. So I got a line here, 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 and here. These little flaps fold down. I'm going to glue there. This will fold at an angle. It's going to match up with that. And then here's the little tab this is the little tab that's going to go on the inside. So I'm just going to fold all this. I'll show it to you. I'll show you what it looks like when it's all kind of folded and kind of ready. Fold it here. Just go down the line. Fold it again. Oh. Fold. I'm going to fold that white tab along with the line at the same time. Let's see. Well, whatever. On the same line. Fold the tab, and then I'm going to fold this over. Okay. And I'm going to flip it over for this part. Okay. I'll fold the tab. This little box is kind of a pain. But it's needed. It looks good. Okay, so I got some folded. I gotta fold this thing down. Let's see, these are folded. And this thing folds a little bit. Okay. Oh, and then of course this. Okay. Okay, so let's see what this is going to look like. Well, okay. So this part's going to fold in. This tab folds down. I'm going to do this all at the same time too, by the way, like with glue. This kind of folds over. And so it's going to make like this thin rectangular box. This piece is going to fold in. I'll put glue here, and then that'll all fold in together. Wow, it's so tiny. So it'll kind of be like that. Okay. All right, let's try it. I'm going to add the glue. I don't think there's any good way to do this, like for pre-gluing, like any parts. I'm just going to add glue to all the tabs. So I got it on these little mini tabs. Kind of spread it around. I'm going to add glue, you know, obviously here. Let's see, I want this whole, this is an important tab. But I really want to get it right on, let's see, can you see it? Right on this edge. Because that's where it's okay to have a little extra here, actually. Okay, and then a little bit on this guy. Oh, that was a lot. That's okay. Oh, but what I was going to say is, it's better to get it like right on this little bend. Because that's where it's really, like this may not even connect, the end, but like the edge probably will. Okay, so here's the best part where I try to like fit it all together in some random thing. You're barely going to see it. And you might have to do something similar. Obviously, this is going to push in. Ah, ha, ha, ha. Oh, I'm already getting the glue all over me. Here we go. Okay. These go in. That's kind of going in. It's kind of like it's kind of like rolling a cigarette. I don't smoke, but does anyone really roll cigarettes anymore? Oh, let's see if I can get this. Oh, got it. Okay. That piece is in. Oh, man. That's going in. Oh, man. Okay, it's probably important to hold this piece first. This piece. Okay, I'm gonna put it down, and I'm gonna hold it. Yeah. Oh man, that other piece is not gluing in there. I might have to glue that shortly after. But I want, you can't even see it. I want, this piece looks nice and flush, so that's nice. That doesn't always happen. So it's not always perfect. Let's see. Looks pretty good. Wow. So I mean, some of these will be better than others. It's a small piece, you know. And so I'm glad this one's working pretty good. I don't know about this piece though, that part, that tab may not be, but I can always add glue later. But I really want this to glue. This, you can't see it, my fingers are in the way. It's a tiny piece. This right here, this seam. So this worked pretty good. This is okay. There's kind of like a little bubble there, you can kind of see. That's all right. My arm has dried. So now I'm ready to cut some of these parts. And I am going to use my X-Acto blade. And let's see, my X-Acto blade's pretty sharp, which is good because I'm going to be cutting through double. So let's see, are you going to be able to see this? Probably. Let's see, I'm going to cut right here. Now, again, I could use a straight edge, but it's such a small cut, I think I'm going to be okay. So I'm going to press down and cut there. Ooh, that felt like it cut pretty good. I'm going to cut this little part off. Okay, got it. Got it. Now, same thing here. You might want to use a straight edge here, but if you're just careful, like, I'm just going to cut it. So let's see, here we go. Sometimes it's more difficult to, let's see if I eat my words. No, I did it. Yeah, I mean, it's not, it's good. It's good. All right. And I'm going to trim here, and then trim here. Okay. Now, this is an important part. When I trim this line, it's going to go all the way down to this point because this piece is a flap that is going to fold over. So I'm going to trim from here to here. Okay. In fact, I'm going to trim from that point of the fold to the arm. I think I got it. I'm going to find out when I try to remove all this excess white. I'm going to do that and then cut this. Oh, wow, I'm really cutting in deep to my board. Okay, let's see. Yeah. Okay, nice. Oh, well, yeah, that's fine, that's fine. Okay. There's a little excess here. I'm just going to cut that off. Oh, okay. Nice. Okay, not bad. There's not a lot of white. Oh, here's a little. Okay, I'll trim it. Oh, yeah, on this side. So I just got a little bit of white here. I'm going to trim it. Just a little bit here. Trim it. Okay, and then here's one thing. This is going to be difficult to see. I'm going to trim. There's a tiny little dashed line right here. So I just trim that off. I'll show you. It's just a snip. There. So it's just not like so. There. So now you can see how I trim that. So that's nice. Okay, not bad. So that piece is good. So I'm going to just put that over here. Let's see, what's next? The next part is this thing. Here's another piece that I mean, what, you know, I was going to say I'm not a big fan of. I like it. I'm glad I have it, but it's kind of a pain to glue on. But it does give a nice, I mean, a small amount, but it gives a little bit of three-dimensionality. It's this piece right here. It gives a little bit of three-dimensionality to your otherwise very flat lift claw arm. And I like it. It looks good. It's just kind of a pain to put on and to cut and fold. But anyways, here it is. Now this is side specific. That's the top. So it's, all right, let's see. So this is the top, this little piece, right? This little triangle here. And then this, it's going to fold over. It's going to fold over on itself. Like this piece will glue to that. This is in front, the little warning strip. And this one is going to be on the left arm. So, whatever. First, I have to fold. I'm going to fold. Oh, well, I got to fold this little triangle. I got to fold this little triangle tab down, and this little white tab down. There's a line here. A shorter distance for this right here, and then a line right here. When I fold this, I overfold like a little beyond this black line, so I get a little bit of this. Can you even see that? Let's see there. So I fold a little over here, just a little bit, a hair, just a little bigger. I'll show you, I guess. Let's see. Boy, I'm gonna do these lines first. Okay. So I got those, and I'm gonna fold this. Let's see. Okay, and then I got to fold that triangle down. Let's see, for the triangle, I'm going to use my other ruler. I'm going to do that white triangle first. That white triangle rarely folds down the way I want it to. Let's see. Oh, I think I got it. Okay. And then I got to fold this whole other triangle down. Oh, not good. Well, I adjusted. Okay. Let me see if I can show you. Well, I folded, you can't even see it. I just folded a little extra beyond the edge of this. So it's slightly less of this. All right, you say. Now, let's see. Should I am going to glue, okay, so let's see. I am going to glue that little white tab first. So I'll add a little bit of glue there, and then I'll fold it over like this and hold it. I'll hold it with my stick, right? Like I'll hold it from behind. So I'll add a little bit of glue here. This is such a tiny little tab, right? You're welcome. You're going to be a pro. Oh, I just added way too much glue. Just wipe it away. Okay, so let's see. I don't know. Let's see. Is this going to be in focus? Is this going to be in focus? Come on. Okay. Okay, So I'm going to push this in and just hold it. Let's see. Ooh, that's not working. So let's see if I can use my stick, and let's see if it can remain in focus. My fingers will be in focus. It's going to be cool. I have a stick to kind of hold it down. Not bad. I see a little bit of white there. Just going to hold that for a little bit. Okay. You can't see that tab in there, can you? Let's see. Maybe not. Anyways, that may fall apart, so you have to be careful. Like, it's not going to totally hold it, at least while you're bending, you know, these big bends. Okay, so this is going to, here's my arm. This warning strip is going to goes on the outside. The warning strip goes on the outside and points to the front. This little extra piece is in the back. The white is going to fold over. It's going to fold. Here, I'll show you on the other side. This will glue. There's actually some lines here. There's like a little line there and a little line there, so you know where to do it. In fact, maybe I should just glue this white part on first. In fact, I think that is what I'm going to do. I did it. You know, you can do it all kinds of different ways, right? When I did the other arm, I just went for it. It was pretty funny. Yeah, I'm just going to glue this part on first. So here I'm gonna. This will be. So there's two lines here. I'm gonna position this. You want it. How do I want this? I want to test fit it. I'm gonna press in here. It's gonna. You can see. So it's gonna wrap around. It's going to wrap around, and then this piece is going to fold over and glue there as well. Actually, this is working pretty good. Okay, let's try. So the question is, do I add glue? I'm going to add glue. Where am I going to add the glue? This tab. I mean, I could add it here. I'm going to add it here. Oh, that's way too much glue. Oof. So much glue, I think I need to wipe it away. Okay. So again, it's like, this is what it looks like. So you got the warning stripes in the front, this little tab, there's a top piece, this little, I don't know what you call this thing, it's like a little, it looks like a wing that's going to the back, right? Okay, but now I got to press this thing down, so I'm going to press it down on my board and hold it down. Now another thing I can do, let's see, I'm going to hold it down, is there is a hole on the bottom, so I could stick my metal tool in there and kind of hold it down too. So you probably can't see that. I can't do it through the top because there's a piece there, but on the bottom I can. So I'm kind of pressing down. Let's see, this is my little paint stir. Tamiya paint stirrer that I use. It's kind of nice. You could use anything though that's strong. This thing's thin enough to fit in here. Let's see. I'm holding it down. Sometimes when I do this, I also try to like shape it a little. Like you kind of press up. Let's see. Press down. Okay. Did I get it? Yeah. Focus. Okay, so there it is. Okay, I'm gonna spin it around here. So it's flat on that side. Like I said, it just gives it a little bit of visual interest. It's nice. Yeah, not bad. Okay. Now I want to glue the arms. What are these? Aren't the arms? What are these? The grips? I'm going to call them the grips. So I got to look at. I don't have these memorized. So let's see. It's going to go like this. Yeah. So the longer one, there's two sizes. There's a longer one and a shorter one. Shorter one's going to be on top. The longer one's on the bottom. It curves up, you know, on the bottom here, and it curves down on the top in the back. And you want it about like this. It's going to be on the bottom of that piece I just glued. It's going to be behind, like this is the front. And like, I'm gonna glue it. I'm gonna glue this piece on the inside, right? You know, on the inside there. So this will be on the inside, and I'll just glue it. I'm just gonna add some glue right underneath that piece, that little panel I just put on. Ooh, that was like way too much. That's all right. Okay. If it matters to help you remember, let's see. Oh well, there's like these little metal teeth. They point up. Here you can see them better. Little metal teeth. They're pointing up. All right. Let's see. Is that good? There's only like about that much in the back. Let's see. Like you barely, like there's either no tooth. I have a teeny bit of metal tooth showing. So I mean I could have backed it off, but this is fine. This is totally fine. Something about like this. Okay, I'm gonna press it. I'm gonna hold it down. Okay, and then the smaller top grip is gonna go like this. Again, this time the teeth are pointing down, right? And on the top it kind of goes down, and then in the back, I mean, it's kind of the opposite. It's gonna be about like this, about like that. Sometimes I do it a little higher, like so. It could rest. It could rest on this piece, but I make it a little higher, so that I could put like a package or a cargo in there. So you have to lift it slightly to get that in there. I mean, I could lift it up all the way, but you don't want to pass the little wing. And that's not a wing, by the way. That's what the shape looks like. It's obviously some kind of stopper for the grip, so it doesn't like fly off. I don't know. Man. Okay, here we go. It's going to be a little higher. Let's see. Oh, that's pretty high. Okay. Okay, that's about right. Okay. Not bad. Not bad. Oh, I gotta glue the knives on now. Let's see. I'm gonna give that. Okay. Good. Okay. So I have two knives. I already created my other knife. You got them. I'm gonna glue them on the inside. So this is the outside. This is the outside with the warning, and I'm gonna glue the knives on the inside. I'm just gonna glob on a little bit here. Okay. Now the knife. You want to imagine. Gosh, I gotta get this right. It's gonna be like this. So, I dropped it. Okay. So it's like this, and you can imagine there's like this big black border. You want to imagine that's like a rubber tire grip for, like it kind of locks into position, and it grips the cargo like on that little part. But see, it's such a tiny part if you can imagine. So, but you can imagine that when it attacks, that this will swing out. So shadows. So it'll be like that. So it's always facing away. There's a circle there. So I don't know. I kind of want it like this. Ooh. Okay. The grip doesn't go beyond the black of that knife. Remember, it's facing like this, so you can imagine it swings out, to attack. But this is in, this mode is, in picking up cargo mode. Right? Okay. I'm going to add a little bit of glue to the top here. And same thing. So let's see, this one, it's going to be like this. In fact, I'm just gonna do it. There. again, you can imagine it's out, the knife, and it would swing down when it attacks. But this is how you'd make it for a crab. A crab has two knives, one on top, one on the bottom. But because I'm making this for the mule is not as it doesn't have as strong of an attack power. The mule is more of a low cost cargo mover. So it's not best for production of them to have all these fancy weapons. So for a regular crab, you will keep that. So for a crab. So let me show you my crab. I'm just noticing now that I glued this. I hate to admit this. I'll fix this. Oh no, this one's the wrong way. I gotta like break that off and glue it correctly. But anyways, it has, here I'll just turn it the correct way so you can see it. So it has both of its knives, right? So it looks good. That's a crab. Crab four-legged, looks great. But the here's my finished mule. Oh gosh. But you can see that on the they're trimmed. So those knives are trimmed on the top on a mule. The mule is the six-legged, so they're trimmed off, and that's kind of a nice WYSIWYG modeling feature because it doesn't do as much attack power as a crab, because this is more of like a I want to say it's a rhino. It's like for 40K. It's not as powerful as like a stronger vehicle, or it's mainly just for hauling cargo. So I'm actually going to trim this off of my piece here because this is for a mule. So I am going to trim off this part. So here we go. Watch. There. So again, that's just more thematic to that vehicle. I keep the bottom though. It has some attack, it's just not strong. And this is my other one. I'm going to trim off this part too. Oh boy, that's really... Okay, got it. It's really flimsy without its support. So this is the one I already glued on. Okay, so this is good. Now, there's some pads. There will be, here, I'll show you right here. There are these, kind of pads on the grips to help, grab one on the top and one on the bottom. And it gives it a little more three-dimensionality as well. So we have to make these. Of course, these are flat, right? So here they are. There's one that's slightly longer, one that's shorter. The shorter one goes on the top, right? Now, again, I originally intended you'd like fold that over. But again, it gives like a big white stress mark. So I'm really just going to trim, there's two halves here. I'm going to trim off the one half. And then I'm just going to glue that on. But I'm going to do that same with the smaller one. So here's the smaller one. Okay. All right, and I'm just going to trim it. There, so I trimmed it. And then of course I'm going to glue it on. So I'll flip this over, add a little bit of glue. Okay. Let's see if I got it. Ooh, a little bit of white. Ooh, move it in. Alright, so I glued it on both sides. Again, you could have folded it, but there'll be a terrible white stress mark. It's just easier just to cut it off and glue it. Hey, but you do whatever you want. Like, hey Dave, how come it's not double-sided like printing? Yeah. Well, it's kind of an interesting concept because cardstock is thin. I mean, it's really meant for people to make these things at home. I mean, if I ever had commercial printed paper models, it would have to be so different. But anyways, the fact of gluing it on both sides helps reinforce it for what we're making at home. Because like I want this part to be thicker, but then I want this part to be thin. So how do you do that if it's like all the same card? Yeah, I don't know. I'm sure there's a way. Okay. Okay, so I got this piece. But now I need to fold this. I need to fold this thing around. So let's see. I'm just gonna I'm just gonna show you. Okay. Okay, here we go. I'm gonna fold both of these real fast. Okay, I'm gonna get the bigger one to show you. They're the same fold. So here you can see this green part is gonna fold over and glue underneath. And then this warning stripe is gonna fold out. And how do I accomplish that? I use my extra ruler to like, can you see it? I'm gonna fold it out. Okay, let's try it. I need little tweezers apparently. So this will glue, I'll glue that down, and then eventually I'll add glue here. That'll glue to the side of the arm, and I'll add a little bit of glue in there. Okay, and I'm just gonna fold this one real quick. It's the same thing. Let's see if you can even see what I'm doing. It's gonna fold out. And okay. And now I'm gonna add some glue. I'm just gonna glue this. I'm gonna add some glue right in the seam. Okay. I'm gonna hold it down. I'm actually gonna use my tip of my extra ruler and really press down and fold that out. Okay. These lift cloths, I mean, they take a little bit of time, but don't despair. They look good, and once you've made a pair of lift cloths, you don't have to make that pair of lift cloths again. The problem is you want to make a bunch of these, so just enjoy yourself. Get a nice podcast, audiobook, maybe on a nice weekend. You're gonna spend all day, not all day, maybe all day, making lift claws. You'll probably make 3 or 4. You know, if you're the gamer that makes all the stuff and then your friends come over and play, yeah, you're probably gonna make 6 sets of lift claws. You'll have, no. I have 4 per team. So yeah, you probably make like 8. You'll have 2 crabs with lift claws. Oh gosh, can you even see that? 2 crabs with lift claws and 2 mules with lift claws for each team. So that means you'll do 8, right? And then if you're a real nut and you're like, I love lift claws, well, you'll make more. You know, like you have more options. Like I need to have every option. Okay, great. Just make as many as you want. It's just time consuming, but like I said, listen to something, enjoy yourself. Once you get good at it, it's not that bad. Like you'll be a pro. You might even be better than me. Maybe you're like a fine modeler. And then you can make your own instruction videos on how to make these things so that I'll be like, oh, like so-and-so made such a good video, why should I even bother? Because I got other things to do. Okay, so I got these parts ready. Now, this isn't a square. I actually have to trim off the corners. So let's see. Let's see, is there even a line? There is kind of a line, but it's like there's stress marks on it and stuff. But I am going to trim them, and then I'll just kind of show you. It's kind of like at a 45-degree angle on the corners. Again, it varies the shape, so it's not like just a rectangle. It looks nice. Ooh, there's like major stress on. It's for when I was gluing. Oh no. Yeah, I did fold there. Yeah. Yeah. If you do have like a big white stress mark, like on a weapon or something, or a delicate piece, and it bothers you, just paint it. You know. Okay, so let's see if I can show this to you. Here we go. Here, I'll show you the bigger one. There. So you can see, you know, I trimmed off that corner. So it looks nice. And you'll do that on all your pads. Oh, there we go. Okay. Now, this warning stripe is on the inside. So this is going to be the outside. This is the outside because I got my warning strip here, but this mini warning strip, that's going to go on the inside. There's kind of like a little mark here, and that kind of represents where this thing goes. It's kind of like a little support for it. And I'm going to add glue to the back of this, and then I'm just going to hold it down, and I'll glue that there. So I'll just do that right now. I like to get it right in the seam, the folding seam. Ooh, that was a little too much, but that's probably okay. With your knife at an angle, I mean, like, it barely, like, it doesn't have a lot of wiggle room. Like, it's kind of touchy, and I'll show you. I'll flip it around. So it's kind of bumping into that, but that's okay. I mean, like, oh, see, mine overlapped it a little, but yours might just kind of bump into it and just line up there. That's fine. So this is the this is the inside. And this is the outside. Okay, I'm going to do the other one. It's smaller. The smaller one goes on top. You're like, oh, I already glued the big... The big one wouldn't have fit. And this faces down. Oh, boy. Again, it's pretty much... You want to try to get it straight. Let's see. Looks good. Okay, sweet. Am I done with this thing? I'm done with this thing. Oh, there's one more thing I need to do. I need to fold this flap down. This is the flap. So again, this is going to be on the left. So this fold needs to bend so it can fit right there. So I'm going to use my, remember I cut right here. So right to that point. And then I'm going to fold on this point. And I'm going to use my extra ruler to do so. Let's see if I can get this thing happening. There we go. So I folded it. You're like, oh great, Dave, that's great. Well, actually, see, I'm gonna trim a little off the edge here and a little off that edge. You're like, well, how come you just didn't make it fit right in the first place? Well, it kind of does. Oh shoot, this is tricky. Here, I'm gonna do it this way. So at a slight angle, I don't know, what is this? 10 degrees? I don't know, you tell me what degrees that is, that angle. I don't know. I'm gonna do it over here too. That way it just let's see, can you see it? I think you can. So I just trimmed it a little bit of an angle here. That way it just fits. Okay. Now when I glue this thing, oh, I forgot to build my support. Ooh. Well, okay. So this is that little flap that I cut here. And I'm going to put it here, and then I can glue this down. I'm going to glue it on the top only. Let me show you. I'm going to glue it only on the top. And this is tricky. You want to get it... Oh, gosh, I'm forgetting. Oh, my gosh. I got to build my support. I got to build this thing first. So I got to add my strange support here. Okay, so here we go. So I'm going to add glue. So it's going to glue right to here. And it's close. I gotta hold it here. Camo makes it difficult to see. It's very, let's see, it's very close. It's close to this edge, but not, it's in a little. It's not perfectly along that edge. It's definitely not beyond it. It's in slightly. And then it lines up to this line right here. I don't know. Past these bolts. Okay, so you want to make sure this thing's on. I don't know. I mean, I was going to measure it. You know, you measure it. It's this line. It's that line. Okay. Now soon, I'm going to let that dry a little bit, but I need to glue this little wing or support. It's hard to tell, but there's like a little black. But that little black wheel is going to be in the front. So I'll glue that there. Let's see. When I do this, that's the front, that little black wheel. You're like, that's a wheel? Yeah, it's a wheel. Okay. So I add a little bit of glue here. I also add a little bit of glue on top, on the top edge. Okay. You can be generous on this one because this is going to support the weight of the lift claws. Okay, here we go. Where does this go? This goes up to the front. It's going to go right here. Can you see it? But I want to be straight up and down. That actually looks pretty good. This is where I try to fit my hand in there. I'm going to hold this down. I'm going to hold it. Oh boy. Press down. Is that straight? Straight enough. Looks good. Okay. It's still drying a little bit, but I'm going to proceed. Okay, so don't break. Okay, so for my lift claw, I want to add glue to the top of this, not the bottom, because you want your lift claw to fold up. Got it? Is that enough? You can be a little generous on this. You want this to glue. Now here's the trick. This is kind of... See, I got this other one glued in place. You'll obviously do both sides. I'm only doing one, but to save time, I'm only doing one of these. It's pretty much identical. So I'm going to kind of position it. It kind of fits there, and then I'm going to fold this flap down and try to hold it. Now this ain't going to be enough. Let's see. And this needs to come. Yep, that's about that. Now I'm going to try to hold it there, but that's not going to be enough to glue it. But I just want to get it started. Then what I'm going to do is, you can see like this one's like folding up. I'm going to like fold it up, and then I'm going to like really just like hold it like there. So let's see, but I want to start it here. Let's see, come on. Okay, I think I got it. Okay. Okay, it naturally kind of fell back. Okay, and now I'm going to pinch it right here. I really want, because I want this to, okay, I got it. Can you see what I'm doing? Not really. I'm pinching where I would glue that, but I wanted it to glue a little bit first, kind of hold it in place, and now I let it fall back, and I am gluing it. I'm holding it in place right here. My lift claw arms are kind of floppy, and they're kind of all over the place. There's actually a support beam that I need to build that I haven't built yet that kind of holds them together. Here, I'll show you one. So it's right here in the middle. There's like this little support beam, and that support beam kind of goes over on top of those posts. Whoa. Goes on top of those posts, mostly, and you know, and is nice. Okay, so here it is. Here's that piece. Here's that post piece. Basically, I'm gonna fold. You know, I'm gonna fold on every line here. So every line, and then obviously these are the tabs I'm gonna fold over. So I'll fold those over. So I'm just gonna fold all this stuff right now. I'll start over here. Okay. So you can see it's folding. I gotta fold these tabs over, so I'll fold them over. Oh, I failed to mention. You gotta cut in between the tabs. I'll show you. So I cut in between these tabs, right? Okay, and you can see, maybe I could test fit this thing. This is gonna fold in on itself, like so, and then this folds in, and it's gonna fold in like that, and then these tabs are gonna fold in. Oh boy, can you even see that test fit? That was a tiny part. Okay, well, it's going to make that beam. So let's see, what I'm going to do first. I would like to fold this thing into place. So I'm going to do it all at once. I don't know if this is a good idea. So I'm going to glue, can you even see it? This. I could probably be more careful and do one thing at a time. This and this. And then even this. Alright, here we go. So it's gonna okay. So I really need that bottom, that big tab to glue. And then these pieces kind of crunched it in a little. Okay, I just want this other piece to really work right here. This one really needs to work. I gotta hold it. Weak. Okay. So, I mean, that didn't work as smoothly as I would have hoped, but it was really important that I glued this part. In fact, it looks still not perfect. I can hold it down a little more right here. But I can fold these tabs over, and that will also help support it. I can do one of those at a time, so I'll just do that right now. Add a little bit of glue here. Wipe it away. This I might be able to pinch it. There, pinched it. That's working. I'm going to add a little bit of glue right here. Okay, I'm gonna pinch it. Okay. Wow, what a pain this little piece is. It's a good little support though. It's needed. Wow, look how wonky that is. Boy, okay, I need to really add some more glue there. Or maybe I'll pinch it more. Let's see. Okay. Okay. Don't underestimate this piece. I got it. This is the most important glue part right here. I think I got it. Okay, so where's this piece gonna go? It's going to, well, here. You know, it's gonna, it should, hopefully, yeah, you might be in for a surprise. It should rest on top of those posts, right? If not, that means you glued your posts too far apart. But you're like, but Dave, I was following the edge. I know, but you're supposed to do it a little bit on the inside of the edge, because otherwise this thing doesn't perfectly fit. It's not an exact science, but there. So you can kind of see that's gonna like that's gonna lay on top of those posts, and that's kind of nice. Now what I want to do is I need to glue, you know, this arm to that little tab. So it'll kind of, and you want to glue it like in this position. So I can like, I'll add glue and I'll just glue this one. Let's see here. The problem is, man, you really got to add pressure here. So let's see. What I'm going to do is I'm going to add the glue, and then I'm going to hold it in place, but then I'm going to like let it come up and I'm going to really pinch it. So let's see. So I'm going to position this down in the down position, and I'm going to just hold it right there. Oh, I moved it. Okay, wow. Okay, I'm going to hold it there. Okay, so I'm going to hold it there for a little bit. This might be enough, but you want to pinch it. You want to get a good glue there. And then of course I'll glue the other tab to the other lift claw, and it will, you know, help support it. Okay, I'm hoping that's long enough. I'm going to very careful. Okay, I'm going to let that kind of fall back. Okay, it is. And now I'm going to pinch it right here, like really good. Okay, let's see. Yeah, just like that. That way you get a good glue. Now, some people are like, Dave, it's white in there. It's white. It's white. You can paint it. Like I paint them sometimes, like on my red and blue ones. When it's all done, like you can paint your color in there. Like this would be kind of like a green. I could paint it in there. Yeah. I mean, if you're a hobby person, like if you paint miniatures and stuff, yeah, you got the paint around. Paint it in there. Okay, I pinched that pretty good. Hopefully that was enough. Okay, so now it's going to go back into position. I'm going to put it on the other one. This is a nice lineup. Sometimes, let's see, well, it doesn't always line up nicely like that. Don't freak out if, I mean, you know, maybe your first one, maybe you'll be more careful on your like second and third one. Like, oh, it's going to line up, it's going to line up. That's fine. But like I have some that don't perfectly line up, and it's, oh gosh, it's not the end of the world. Okay, here we go. Okay, first I'm going to hold it in position. Okay, I'm going to hold it. So I'm just holding it. Let's see, do they match? Yeah, you want to make sure that these are like on the same level. They look pretty good. Don't worry if they're like slightly bent a certain way. You can always bend them back later. But I really want this tab to glue. Oh, look, it's lifting a little from the... No, I guess that's okay. Let's see. Okay, it's starting to lift. I'm going to see if I can pinch it. Oh, come on. Come on. Okay, I think I got it. It started to slide a little. Okay, I'm just going to pinch it and hope for the best. Okay. The nice thing about the lift claws is that you can stow them. Like you can position them forward as if they're going to pick up cargo or attack, or you can just stow them like here. And that's useful for, well, it doesn't take up as much space and you can fit it into a building easier and it's just not in the way. These are pretty big models to begin with. Okay, did I get this enough? I think I did. So I'm going to put this down. Let's see if it still retained it. Yeah. Okay. But now I need that hook. So here's my hook. My hook is going to, in a perfect world, there is no hook, right? It just stows. But because it's papercraft, we have the hook. But you could imagine this hook thematically is to hold other cargo, right? Like maybe there's like a box and it just kind of holds it in place. But it also just happens to hold our lift claws in place. So where am I going to glue it? Well, I'll show you. It's going to glue right. Let's see. So here's that. Okay. So here's the plate, right? Here's the end of the plate, and it's about, I don't know, quarter of an, little less than a quarter of an inch. Maybe it's a quarter of an inch to the center of that. It's just basically right. It's just over a little bit. Let's see. And then what's going to happen is you glue it. I mean, technically this might lay down. It's not really going to lay down, but it's kind of cool. It's like a piece that's sticking up. But if you're like, I don't know, if it bothers you, I don't know, maybe there's something you can do. But anyways, when you want to stow your lift claws, it just kind of goes here and you just kind of bend it, and then it just hooks it. It just hooks it. So it's a nice play feature. But it's nice. It keeps the claws, out of the way. Okay, well, let's glue it on. I'm gonna add. I got two parts to glue here, so I'm gonna do it. Kind of wipe it. The hook is gonna go in. Let's see. I find this mark. It's the end of the, I don't know what you call it, it's the utility, panel. I don't know. Anyways, it's gonna go right here. There's like this little little stripes there, little warning stripes. It's gonna go about right. Let's see. Let me look at my other one. It's a little bit lower. It's about right here, and it's on that black line. It's on that black line. I'm gonna press down. Oop! It's okay. I'm gonna hold it. This does sometimes hold like cargo, so it kind of does what I pretend it to do. Like if I have a car, it'll hold the front hood of the car. I think it can hold. I don't have any cargo handy. Nope. Okay, I think I got it. Okay, so there's my hook. Here are my lift claws. Not bad. So this is on a mule. But remember, the build is the same for a crab. The only difference in the crab is you are going to leave the knives on the top. Oh, this one's the wrong way. So this is the correct way. I'll re-glue that one. I promise. If that's bothering you. Here, I'm going to hide it. I'll glue it. I'll glue it again. You just take it off and you glue it back on. But you keep both knives. Looks nice. And that's it. Those are my lift claws. Let's see if this one closes. Oh yeah, not as good. Oh, well, it's okay. Oh, actually, that's not bad. Here. I have to really hold it down, though. It's kind of popping up. Not bad. Okay, that's it. So those are your lift claws. Have fun and make a bunch of these. Talk to you later.